Hello Aquarius, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Aquarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. All right? Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Aquarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we begin with the death energy. That is a very special way to begin. Don't get frightened by the death card. That is, in some ways, the very best card of the tarot deck. It is showing that we are moving with the course of time. We are in harmony with the universe. We are going with change rather than against change, right? We are not trying to swim against the river. We're not pushing the river. We're not trying to go across the grain. We're going with the harmony of things. And this is very, very good, very big energy. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, okay. Interesting. We got a lot of major arcana cards here. Wow. Almost the entire path of the dove is major arcana. This is big. And we have, oh my gosh. This has literally never happened before. We don't have a single minor arcana card. Not a single small card. It's all court and majors. Court and majors. This is phenomenal. I've literally never seen a reading like this. We're going to select a mystery card. I can only imagine what this is going to end up being. It will be random from the Smith-Waite Tarot. And that sounds good there. We're going to put Francine right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. And hopefully it'll tie everything together, give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. Okay. But if at any point during the reading you get an idea, a feeling, a sense, a little tickle of what this card is, I want you to put your prediction in the comments below. Okay? It's a group exercise. I'm trying to make this a little bit more interactive. I want to bring you into it. Right? So you're here, I might as well put you to work. But first, let's take another look around the room. We've got, of course, our major, and then we've got our court. Everything is major arcana and the court. Okay. And this is, like I said, I've never seen this before. We have the fire, we have some water in the court, and we've got our earth in the court. Okay, so this is pretty good. I'm seeing, obviously there's an absence of the minor arcana. So it really is this spiritual energy and a direct effect on your life, right? To me, this is kind of what I talk about a lot on this channel, which is fire to earth, which is heaven to earth, which is creation to manifestation, the idea and the implementation. So I see right now that spirit is working directly in your life. Right? That you not even really required here. You know what I mean? Your human involvement, your interference almost, is not necessary. So the most thing, like I said at the very beginning of the reading, you're going with the flow of the universe. You are kind of a passenger on this trip, you know. But this is very good. Very, very good energy. I think that you're experiencing the most significant breakthrough or transformation or development in your life that you ever have before. Maybe you've been waiting for this, right? We see in the recent past this High Priestess energy. I think you've been in direct communication with Spirit. So I think you have been waiting for this. You know, I think that you've been slowly over time getting more and more like a buildup of this energy, like you've been seeing more and more signs, getting more and more confirmations, right? More and more of these subtle messages have been coming through to you saying, it's getting close. It's getting closer. It's getting closer. And now it's here. Okay? So I think you have a direct connection with God, goddess, deity, with spirit, ancestors, guardian angels, with your intuition, right? Those kinds of communications from whatever is out there, they make their way to us through our intuitive function, right? It's our little spiritual antenna that we have inside. And that's this card, right? This is the message coming through that antenna. Where it's coming from, God only knows, right? It's the mysterious, it's the unknown, it's the beyond, okay? But you're communicating with it, whatever it might be. Some people say it's aliens. I don't know. But what I do know is that you're kind of along for the ride, right? It is a big breakthrough that is transforming just about every area of your life. Physical, I think mental, emotional, I think creative, and spiritual. Right? Gosh, I'm literally speechless here. I've never seen this before. With the Hanged Man here in the future position, I think all we can really do is yield to the energy coming from the divine. Right? This card's all about accepting it. We're not fighting against it. Right? You're receiving the message and you're saying, I hear you, and I'll play my part. I'll do what is required of me, which is really just don't get in the way, right? But this is not meant to take away your power either, okay? You could get involved and you could either help things along. It's just like this, the death energy that we started with. The flow of the universe. We could try to struggle against it. We could try to swim back upstream, if we wanted to. And I think as a human species, we do try to do that a lot, don't we? We try to reverse time. We try to go backwards. I don't want to age. I don't want to get older, right? I shaved my beard off. I want to be younger. I'm trying to Benjamin Button or something. Benjamin Unbutton. We have a difficult time accepting the flow of the universe, And I think we see that everywhere. There's always something new to make us look younger or feel younger. But the truth is, we are either struggling against it or we're going with the flow. Now, there's this idea of kind of aging gracefully, right? And I feel that's like kind of what we're talking about here with this card, especially when we bring the adjustment card in there. The Liber energy, the balance, the relationship, the kind of the judging of things. We're trying to do what we can through our human activities to help nature along, to help ourselves age gracefully. I could struggle against it, and then I imagine time would not be very kind to me. But if I can be discerning, if I can judge my behavior now and really try to make a wise decision, a wise judgment right now in this moment, then I could not even necessarily soften the effects of time, but be so resonating, be so harmonized with the flow that it benefits me, right? That I can improve with time, like a fine wine or something, right? So it's only through our struggling, our creating of this unnecessary friction with the universe that we end up getting beat down and ragged and tired, right? Because this death energy, it's going to get us all. We can't stop this, try as we might. It's slow and it's steady. It's going to get to everybody eventually. It's not in a hurry, right? So we have to find a way to adapt to this, to harmonize to this, to yield to this. And I think that's what you're kind of doing, right? We're trying to get into the flow of just what happens around me. You can't control everything. And I think the message here really is don't even think about it in terms of control. What can I control? What can't I control? You do what you do, right? You judge yourself and your actions and your efforts on a moment-to-moment basis. You try to listen to and yield to what the universe is telling you. What do the signs tell you? What does your intuition tell you? So that you can fulfill these different areas of your life, so that you can kind of grow into who you are, become who you're meant to be, right? Now, we see this lover's energy at the top. This is the top of the path of the dove. I don't feel like this is a romantic relationship. It could be. But I think that this is you, it's almost like you're shaking hands with spirit again. You're saying, all right, I'm going to trust you. I'm going to go ahead and unite my soul with yours. Unite my consciousness with the universal consciousness so that I can produce who I'm meant to be. The result of this union, this activity, are all of these court cards. This is, well, this could be a lot of people in your life, but I think these are all different components of yourself, of your soul. Okay? Now, I didn't think this was going to be such a mystical, hocus-pocus type of reading. And I think that this is manifesting in physical, tangible ways for you. I think that you have been waiting for this big breakthrough, and you've been getting kind of this intuitive feeling that something major is happening in your life. Okay? And I think that's what this is. This is the card that kind of looks out of place with the rest of them. It's different color scheme, different color palette. I think this is a big, almost a big partnership that you've been waiting for. A big coming together of something. Okay? Could be getting that big job, getting that big opportunity, making that big move. It's you getting what you've wanted, that big development. I don't know what it is. I have no way to know. There's no minor arcana here. Right? I can see the magnitude of it, but I can't discern the details. I know how it's going to affect you, but I can't see the mechanism of that effect, right? All I have is major arcana and the court. The Princess of Cups. It's something that is going to satisfy one of your deepest desires, right? This is something that when it does happen, when this meeting does happen, and it is, we've got that justice or adjustment energy too. So it feels like it is something that might be, oh gosh, you know, one very basic interpretation of these two cards is a marriage. Okay, but it could be a contract with a big company, you know, some kind of an opportunity, right? A life opportunity, financial, business, something like that. Because there is kind of a formal, official element to it, but there's also this deep love, deep desire, deep kind of striving for a union here. It could be you entering into a contract to do what you've always kind of dreamed of doing, your dream job, your dream relationship. It's something ideal. It's something that is going to elicit this Princess of Cups. Your deepest desire is going to make you feel like a kid again. You're so happy, I can't contain it, right? And I think it really is, we see the Princess of Cups. At the end, we see the Knight of Cups. Right, so this is kind of like a beginning. It's kind of like the excitement, the butterflies that you feel, the nervousness you feel when you're going to start this thing. Right? We're getting confirmation, we're getting the breakthrough, we're getting that union that we wanted. And now it's like the first day rolls around and you're very anxious, you're very excited. It's the butterflies in the stomach. Once we get moving, once things get flowing, we need the Prince of Cups. We need to sustain this enthusiasm for the long term. So this is us being fixed in this feeling. And it is a pleasurable feeling. It is something that is generating happiness for you. And I think it's happiness in this way because it feels like you are able to live your most authentic life. That this is now kind of an opportunity for you to be fully yourself. Yeah. And I think yourself, capital S, because your little self is not getting in the way. Like I said, we're agreeing to just go with the flow, let things happen. And maybe the Princess of Cups kind of is that nervousness that starts to have kind of the doubts, right? A little bit of stage fright. We're choosing to just let things happen. I don't know what it exactly is going to be like. I don't know, I don't know the details. I don't know how I'm going to feel. I don't know. I'm kind of nervous, but I'm just trusting it. Right? This is kind of the trust fall here with the Hanged Man. And it looks like when those team building exercises, the trust falls, this is what that looks like. And this could be something to do with a big job opportunity. It could be something quite ordinary, just like the dream job or the dream opportunity or something. But the way it feels is cosmic. The way it feels is just kind of out of this world, right? Moving to the path of the serpent, we start with the Queen of Pentacles. We're getting into some practical stuff. The Queen of Pentacles is you looking at the past and looking at the future. It's kind of that turning point, right? It's an appreciation for what we've been through. But this really is Spirit saying, hey, look at every choice you've ever made in your entire life from birth until now, right? Every decision, no matter how big or small. Each one of those decisions, even if in the moment it felt like, oh man, I shouldn't have done that. Every decision you've ever made was crucial to bringing you right here to this moment where we're about to receive this breakthrough, this union, this attainment of whatever this big goal is. Whatever this kind of spiritual contract is, right? Everything you've ever done, every thought, every word, every deed is why you're here right now. Nothing is dispensable. Nothing is frivolous. Nothing is meaningless. Okay? And you have to understand that in order for you to have the vision of the future, the spiritual vision. Here is the Knight of Pentacles. See, the Queen of Pentacles is kind of about looking at the past, right? And then the Queen, or the Knight of Pentacles is looking at the future. So these two cards looking opposite direction, right? The Queen is kind of sitting down, analyzing the past, understanding all of these, understanding the kind of the thread, the spiritual thread that's kind of woven through your entire life. And then the Knight is armored up on the horse, ready to go, shield in hand. And thinking, now I understand where I'm going. This is almost the moment where you really start to see your destiny. And in a concrete way, in the mechanical, physical, material world. It's not just the kind of the intuitive feeling, the strange signs and secret little glimpses of it here and there with this one. No, now it is, I see the entire picture. It's all being revealed to you. Then that's amazing. Right? This is a big moment. This is probably the best reading, the most powerful reading that I've ever done, let alone for Aquarius, any other sign even. I've never had a reading that was completely devoid of minor arcana. I've come close. I've come close today even, but never in this manner. Now, because we have all of these court cards, we have to ask ourselves, how does this development in our life, whatever this big breakthrough is, whatever this big spiritual contract, this big development, How is it affecting other people in our lives? See, when we take all of the court cards, it tells me that there are other people in your life that you are considering. Okay? And I think that's very important. That's why we have a Knight of Wands in the position of what we don't want. You're not willing to just jump into something without really feeling like this is it, without taking all of this other stuff into consideration. Now, I know I just kind of contradicted myself, right? Because we have pure water saying, just yield, just surrender to it, trust, fall into the universe. And then we have this card saying, I'm not going to rush into anything without vetting it first, right? So these cards are in opposition, fire and water, right? And that I think is a very necessary paradox. We have to yield, spiritually at least. We have to yield, we have to trust, fall with the universe. But you also want to make sure that you're not jumping into something that's going to jeopardize yourself or the lives of the people that you care about, right? And that's why I think this justice or adjustment card is front and center. Because yeah, we want to perceive the synchronicities, the messages. We want to feel how we feel about it. We want to just trust, fall with the universe. We want to unite with whatever this thing is, to be in harmony with the universe, but we have to be discerning. That's why this card is front and center. We have to balance our need for fire and water. We have to balance our not wanting to rush into something impulsively with our desire to trust, fall with the universe and just yield, in order for us to really maximize the potential here, in order for us to really manifest this vision. So ultimately, it is up to your consciousness, your decision, your perception, your discernment, your wisdom, your commitment. Right? When I said that you weren't even really necessary in this process, yes, but also no. That's true, but at the same time, you are necessary for it. Right? There is an above and there is a below. And below, here in this mechanical manifested realm, our decisions matter. Every thought, word, and deed, right, in the mechanical world matters. In the spiritual realm, there is a plan that we are not aware of. It doesn't require our approval. It doesn't require our awareness. It doesn't require us at all, right? We have this idea that we are kind of the most important part of the universe, and while that is true, it's also very much not true, right? Anyway, I'm not trying to get philosophical. We are trying to get here. This is fire and air. It's the Prince of Cups. And this is trying to harmonize our thinking and our feeling, trying to harmonize what we desire, what our values are, with what I think and what I believe and what I'm expressing and what I'm communicating. It's living authentically. And I think that's a lot of what this energy is. It's about you allowing your true self to really guide you, to be in harmony, to smooth out the folds of ourselves, to untie the knots, right? To make ourselves a little bit more transparent to ourselves, right? We want the veil to be clear, transparent, or at least translucent, at least let the light out, you know? And I think this is ultimately our goal, is to live in closer harmony with ourselves, with our people, with our spirit, with our universe. And that's what we're doing here with this one. And I think that this is a major breakthrough for you, coming by way of a deeper revelation of your path, but a deep commitment and a union with something up here. I don't know what this lover's energy is. It could be a marriage, like I said. It's a marriage between you and something, right? I don't know if it's another person, or if it's a company, if it's a career, if it's, whatever it is. Maybe the mystery card will show us. What do we think this card's going to be? Let's try to connect. Let's see what we can come up with. Put your answers in the comments below. Pause the video if you need more time. I kind of want to say it's going to be the Star. I think it's going to be the Aquarius power card. Honestly. I was debating if I should do a bonus reading for Aquarius today. I'm really glad that I did. I'm really, really glad that I did. Because this is phenomenal. I'm going to go ahead and just say this is going to be the Star or some other major arcana energy. Okay? It's not the Star, but it is the Fool. And the Fool is kind of like this. Now it's this. This is really like a transcendence. This is really a freedom. This is really a kind of a return to this fundamental spiritual state. This is the beginning of being who you are, being you. It's taking us all the way back to the very, very beginning, and almost showing us that our path is, gosh, I mean, just look at all of these major arcana. There's just so many of them here, with the Fool right in the middle. And because it's a Fool, we have to do an Jing card. I feel like your path is just beginning. I feel like this is the breakthrough that kind of, it almost like it clears the deck. It cleans the slate. It's almost a return to this kind of innocence and simplicity from which you can build your life. It's almost like a reset or something. Let's consult the Jing for that Fool. This is kind of the best, but also the worst tarot reading I've ever done, because I don't fully understand any of it. There are no details. 20, seeing, washing hands and not making the offering. There is truth and confidence, like a presence. That's interesting. To see is to witness everything that comes into view with an open awareness. In the ritual, the everyday world is washed off. Well, yeah, that's why there's no minor arcana. The everyday world, right? Washed off. All we have is the pure, clear Fool here. And then there's a pause for whatever comes, like a presence, into the space. Don't fall automatically into the next step of the process of life. See what is present before you respond. See, that's kind of what we were talking about with these two, that you're just kind of falling automatically. Well, we don't want to rush into something, right? We kind of want to maybe this is the pause. Maybe the Hanged Man is the pause before we kind of trust fall into the universe. It's a pause to kind of get this transcended point of view. When you stop searching, what comes into view? If you had no preconceptions, what might you see? Well, this reading is very, very special for you. I think it is up to you to see how this applies to your life. I don't have the details. That's the magic of this, that if this is resonating with you, if this is speaking to you, it's up to you to see what these energies represent specifically. Okay? Who are the players? Who are the loved ones? Who are the other people in your life? What does all of this spiritual energy represent? What is it that you can see? It's very interesting. We're going to do an extended reading too. If you want to stick around, Aquarius, just click on the link in the corner. Okay? And I hope you will. I think should be fun. I want to thank you for being here, as always. Aquarius, you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. Truly are. I thank you, and I love you, and we're all in this together.